And right now, they find themselves at the bottom of the American League West, and it's going to be a tough road to hoe as far as the White Sox are concerned, Frank, if they don't get things put together in a hurry, because trying to leapfrog over the entire division can be awfully tough, and especially when you're not scoring a lot of runs.
Well, that's very true, and the Sox right now are not scoring a lot of runs. They're just not hitting. The hitting is going to come around. They've got hitters on the ball club. I don't know how far they can move up. The objective, of course, as we have mentioned so many times, is to get to 500. Then let the rest of it take care of itself. Tonight, they're facing a tough pitcher in Moose Haas. He's pitching much better for Oakland than he did for Milwaukee. I have no idea why. Neil Allen, though, going for the Sox could be tough, too.
Well, he can certainly do that, and he's shown signs out there that he can beat anybody on any given day. And, of course, we get a chance to see Jose Canseco. That will be a treat once again.
Well, this 21-year-old kid out of Miami, Florida, leading the major leagues in RBIs with 50. He's got 16 home runs. He's hard to stop.
Well, the White Sox ready to take the field, and Frank will give you the starting lineups.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Oakland A's. Tony Phillips will be at third base and lead off. Donnie Hill at second base. Bruce Bochy at first. Jose Canseco in right field batting cleanup. Dave Kingman, the DH. Dusty Baker will be in left field. Alfredo Griffin, the shortstop. Bill Batt does the catching. And Stan Javier, another rookie, is in center field for Oakland. Moose Haas, a record of 7-1 in his first 9 starts of the 1986 season, and a brilliant earned run average, 2.54. Haas, good control, throws strikes. He'll pitch to a batting order of John Cangelosi in center for the Sox. Tim Hewlett at third base this evening. Harold Baines in right field. Greg Walker at first. Bobby Bonilla back in the starting lineup in left field. Ron Kittle is the DH tonight. Ozzie Guillen will be at shortstop. Joel Skinner catches, and Julio Cruz will be at second base. Neil Allen on the mound for the Sox. 1 win and no losses. And earned run average of 4.95. Allen has had 6 starts. He's also relieved 5 times. Pitched a total of 40 innings. He's allowed 45 hits, 20 walks, 21 strikeouts. The umpires for tonight's ball game, and we have only 3 umpires. Terry Cooney will be at home plate. Steve Palermo at second base, and Joe Brinkman, the crew chief, is at third base. Well, summer didn't last too long, did it? It is 52 degrees here at Comiskey Park tonight. The wind is out of the north at 10 miles per hour, and there's a chance of showers in the forecast for later on. No matter where you are in Chicagoland, I'm sure when you look out, oh, look at that. The booter strikes again. Mark Hill, that's his trademark. The shaving cream on the cap of the unsuspecting teammate or foe. Well, there are no foes. There are some opponents, but no foes as far as Mark is concerned. One of the most likable guys you'll ever want to meet. But he does like to slip around with a shaving cream, and if you're not aware and wearing a hat, he'll get you. Neil Allen, as we said, making his 7th start in his 6 starts, plus 5 relief appearances. Those were his figures. 20 walks, 21 strikeouts, an ERA of 4.95. Backing him up in the outfield, Bobby Bonilla in left, John Cangelosi in center, and Harold Baines in right. Timmy Hewlett at third. Tolleson rests tonight. Again at shortstop, Cruz at second, Walker at first, and Joel Skinner will do the catching. Well, the Sox, who have had their hands full of Texas Rangers of late, I'm sure glad to see the Rangers get the heck out of town. The Sox have lost 3 straight ball games, and they have lost 11 of their last 13. The Sox have won 8 and lost 18 here at Comiskey. They are 11-13, a better record on the road than at home. They've been involved in 11 series sweeps so far this year, winning 4, dropping 7. And the current dry spell follows a 7-game winning streak, the most wins in a row the Sox have posted this year. So they have been a streaky ball club. And right now they'll try to get the streak turned around, start a winning streak at the expense of the Oakland A's. This is the first of a 4-game series between the Sox and the Oakland A's. So the A's will be here through a Sunday afternoon ball game. By the way, I know a lot of folks have asked me when and if Joaquin Andujar would pitch in the series. He's going to pitch tomorrow night. We'll talk about that a little more later on. Right now, we're set for action and set to call it for you. Here's Don Drysdale.
Thank you very much, Frank. And once again, good evening, everyone. Neil Allen delivers a first pitch. We're underway, in and over for the called strike. As we look at the Oakland base coaches, you'll see Bob Didier at third with Dave McKay at first. Tony Phillips hitting .290 with 2 home runs and 23 RBIs. That's it, left center field, and right there is Cangelosi. Drops the ball. What do? They say caught it. So that will be it for Phillips. Okay, nobody says anything. He dropped it, taking it out of the glove.
I will take another look at it. Cangelosi on the move to the glove side to his right. He's there in plenty of time. Makes the catch. And now drops the ball, and I think the umpires called it really correctly. He had possession of it. He was just flipping it from the glove to his throwing hand. I'll tell you, though, Don, you can eliminate all doubt when there's nobody on base just by squeezing that ball a little tighter and holding it.
A little bit. The first pitch to Donnie Hill was inside as Allen comes back and delivers a strike. Donnie Hill hitting .320 with 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. He's hit safely in 5 of his last 7 ball games. Breaking pitch inside, 2-1 the count. Jimmy Hill it up on the grass at third as you look at Jackie Moore at first base. That's fouled out of play.
You know, I got to wonder if Jackie Moore saw that play out in center field. I was surprised that the Oakland A's did not argue the case, Don.
I was too. No one seemed to say anything, so the umpire's kind of home free. Jackie kind of yelling out at Steve Palermo at first base as if to say, are you sure of that call? There's a ground ball hit to the right of Walker. He'll go to Allen in time. And Donnie Hill retires. And that'll bring on Bruce Bhakti. Now the A's, like the White Sox, they have their share of switch hitters. You have Griffin, Hill, Javier, Peters, Phillips, and Tettleton. Tettleton on the disabled list.
I think I added up a total of 12 switch hitters in uniform for the game tonight, or I counted Tettleton, so only 11 ready for the game.
There's a strike to Bhakti, who's hitting .248. He's hit safely in 3 of his last 4 ball games. 4 home runs and 15 RBIs. To the count. On deck, Jose Canseco. Outside, a ball and 2 strikes. A breeze blowing in over the left field roof. A good night to pitch. Anytime that wind's blowing in. Good night to pitch as you look at Canseco on deck. Little high, the count goes 2-2. So for Neil Allen, his first appearance against the A's ever. He's had no decision in his last 4 starts. 2-2 the count to Bhakti. Outside, and the count 3-2.
His only decision came 5 appearances ago, the 15th of May, against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium, when he beat Guidry 8-1.
There's a line drive base hit. Right center field, moving over Cangelosi. He will get it back in, so Bhakti has the first hit of the evening, and that will bring on Jose Canseco.
Well, let's take another look at this rope base hit off the bat of Bhakti. The pitch is up for the hitter, and he rips it hard into center field. Oh, look at that water out there. I hadn't noticed that before. There's Cangelosi splashing through maybe just one wet spot out there, but it looked like quite a bit of standing water in one area of center field.
Here's Jose Canseco at 269 with Dave Kingman on deck. Takes low, the count 1-0. Strong young right-hand hitter. 16 home runs and 50 RBIs already.
He leads the major leagues in runs batted in. He's been in a bit of a slump, though. He hit his 16th home run yesterday, or in his last ball game, but he's only 3 for his last 20, Don.
Curveball, that's in and over.
And look at Bonilla out in left field. If he played him any deeper, he'd have to buy a seat.
Now Baines is even deep in right. The thing about Canseco, you can all play deep because he can hit it out of any part of the ballpark.
I know he hit 5 home runs in his brief tenure last year. Weren't 3 of those, 2 or 3 of them against the Sox, Don?
Yes, he had some against the Sox, is exactly right.
I know. I read about him hitting one off the roof here.
Hit one up by the hot dog stand in Oakland. There's a sinker line drive hit in front of Bonilla in left field with Bhakti going to second base. So Canseco with a line drive single to left, and that'll bring on Dave Kingman, and you can get your outfielders playing just about in the same spot.
Well, there's a reputation base hit right there for Canseco. We mentioned Bonilla playing him very, very deep out in left field. The ball was hit right at Bonilla, but as deep as he was, there was no chance to come in and make a play on it. Really, Canseco and Kingman are carrying this ball club, Don. They're the only 2 guys that are doing much damage with the bat.
Well, between the 2 of them, they have 28 home runs and 86 RBIs as Kingman stands in, hitting .210. Now, the average is not there, but you know that's going to come up. But he has 12 home runs and 36 RBIs. He hit a couple of rockets out of here in batting practice. Up high, the count 1-0. On deck, Dusty Baker. Now Bhakti at second, Canseco at first, and Kingman at the plate. High pop, way up in the air. Walker over, will take charge and makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs on a pair of hits, no errors, and they leave 2 after the first half inning of play. Oakland nothing, the White Sox coming up.
Well, the Oakland A's failed to score in the top half of the first inning. The White Sox now come to bat in the bottom half of the first against right-hander Moose Haas, and there he is. His career to this stage had been with the Milwaukee Brewers, traded over to the Oakland A's for 4 minor league players on Easter Sunday of this year. 9 starts, 1 complete game, 60 in a third innings. He's walked only 16 while striking out 33. Moose Haas is a very interesting person to talk to, not only as a baseball player, but off the field. He is an amateur magician and a certified locksmith. He'll pitch to the White Sox with these people backing him up. Dusty Baker in left, Stan Javier in center. He can go get that ball, by the way, and Canseco in right. The infield, Phillips, Griffin, Hill, Bhakti left to right, and Bill Bath, a rookie, catching. By the way, we're working this, playing this ball game with only 3 umpires working. Ken Kaiser, the 4th member of this crew, is ill, and that's why we have only 3 men in blue on the field tonight. But I'll tell you something, it is a fine umpiring crew.
Good umpiring crew. Ken Kaiser, we hope he's back in action quick. He's too big to be ill.
It's going to take a big illness to put him down.
Here's John Cangelosi as Haas delivers, and the first pitch is strike, 0-1 the count. Your infield of Phillips and Griffin on the left side with Hill and Bhakti on the right side. The outfield of Baker, Javier, and Canseco from left to right. And the battery of Bath and Haas. There's a strike, and the count is 0-2. There's the flags as they blow in. On deck, Timmy Hewlett, a little high. The count, a ball and 2 strikes. You're talking about Moose Haas, amateur magician, a certified locksmith. He also has a black belt in Taekwondo. There's a bunt, third base side, and that will be a base hit. They just pick it up and forget about it.
Well, all Tony Phillips could do with that one was take a bite out of it. Here it is. It's a perfect bunt laid down. He even advertised it. But Phillips awfully slow coming in. He realized there's no chance to make a play on him at all. Watch it from another angle. I'll tell you something right there. As I've watched it from that angle, you saw him lay the bunt down almost as if he were laying down a sacrifice. Then he started running. He realized he didn't have to make a running bunt.
Well, and of course, he had 2 strikes on him too, Frank, and that's the main thing. He wants to try and get it in fair territory. Didn't want it to go foul or he's out. As Timmy Hewlett stands in, Baines on deck. Now we might get a chance right here to see the arm of Bill Bay, the young catcher behind the plate out of Whittier, California.
Well, there he is, a close-up look at the youngster, 25 years of age.
There's the strike to Hewlett, and the count is 0-1. Now, Cangelosi, you see 24 stolen bases in 29 attempts. He kind of glanced over at Eddie Brinkman at first base to see if anything might be on. Out there, pretty good lead, and back in time. Haas chasing him back. And once again, as Texas had, the A's also have the left-handed first baseman in Bruce Bhakti. Got to be a little bit of an advantage. Now Cangelosi out, pretty good lead. Breaking pitch a little bit low. The count 1-1. Baines on deck. No score, bottom half of the first inning. First of a big 4-game series with the A's. Then the California Angels come in town for 3 next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, including this homestand. 1 ball and 1 strike. A pretty good lead by Cangelosi, and the pitch out, nothing happening. White Sox a record of 19-31. They're 7.5 games behind Texas. Infield double play depth. There goes a runner. A bouncer hit to Phillips, and he can only go one way, and that is to Bhakti as Cangelosi goes to second. Well, the running of Cangelosi keeps the White Sox out of the double play.
Well, you see Cangelosi get his jump on his way to second. Hewlett, a one-hopper to Phillips. He glances at second base. No play there. Just throws on to Bhakti at first to get the out there. So the Sox have a runner in scoring position.
Here's Baines hitting .299, 8 home runs and 29 RBIs. Alfredo Griffin trying to jockey in behind Cangelosi to keep him close as Greg Walker stands on deck. A little bit low, the count 1-0.
Moose Haas has pitched so well this year. Don, he's off to the best start ever in his career and has a chance for his best season ever. The league's hitting only the shade over 200, 208 against his pitching this year.
Won his first 6 in a row before losing to the Red Sox, and comes into tonight's game with a record of 7-1. Looking at the Sox coaches, Joe Nossig at third, Eddie Brinkman at first. Little looper foul left side. And the count 1-1. As Walker on deck.
Haas has experienced a little tenderness in his pitching arm. That's why he only lasted 2 innings in his last start against the Yankees.
That was on May 21st. There goes Cangelosi. Throw high. Good throw, and they got him, and Bate couldn't find the handle. Angelosi did not get a real big jump.
Well, here it is on the replay. Bain comes up, takes a long time to throw, then he throws the ball high, and Cangelosi head first in at third base. Phillips had to leave his feet to take the throw, keep it from going to left field.
Now Cangelosi with his 25th stolen base of the year. And the count 1-2 to Baines. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. That's it to center field. Slipping is Javier, but he goes back to make the catch. Cangelosi will tag and he will score. And the White Sox take an early 1-0 lead.
Well, we'll take another look. Baines going down for a low pitch down around his ankles. The first move of Javier was in. Then he slipped as he started back. Makes the catch. Cangelosi scores easily. Looks like the early season Sox, spring training Sox right there. Maybe a good sign, Don. Cangelosi gets on. His legs bring him home.
Here's Greg Walker. He takes a strike. Well, that's the first time that we've seen Cangelosi bunt in I don't know how many moons. And John has got to have that in his attack. And he did it tonight with 2 strikes to get on, and that just shows you what can happen. Walker takes down low with Bobby Bonilla on deck.
Well, I commented last night, I want to see Cangelosi become more aggressive. Now, he's not going to get any base hits when he hits the ball in the air. But I've seen him so many times take that called third strike, going up there looking for a walk. I'd rather see him lay the bunt down. I'd rather see him strike out swinging than be called out on strikes.
You got to swing the bat.
Yes, sir.
1-1 to count. That's it high and deep right field. Javier going way back to the wall, and this ball is gone. Now Greg Walker, his 6th home run of the year.
Well, see where the pitch is. It hangs up there for him, and he jumps on it. That's the first Sox home run since Walker homered in Toronto last Sunday. His pinch hit home run up there was the last one. The Sox did not hit one out in the 3 games against the Rangers. So Greg Walker with his 6th home run and $250 donated to the Chi Sox kids by our good friends at Bush Beer to help fight cancer in children.
Here's Bobby Bonilla as he takes low. The count 1-0. 2-0. White Sox on top. Ron Kittle on deck. 2-0 the count.
It's only the 4th home run given up by Haas in 61 innings pitched this year.
Off the glove of Bay, then the count 2-1. Two balls and a strike. And the change is over. The count 2-2. There's a line drive hit into center field coming on. Javier has to play it on a hop. He will get it back in. Bonilla's aboard. Bonilla breaking out of an 0-for-7 streak. Prior to that hit, he was 1 for 23 and 4 for 37. Has himself a base hit, and that'll bring on Ron Kittle.
Well, here it is again. You'll see Javier had a notion. Thought he might be able to catch up with that ball coming in. But then played it on a short hop, did a good job to keep the ball from getting by him, and gives Kittle a shot here in the first inning.
Ron hitting an even 200, 6 home runs and 23 RBIs. That's hit to center field, and Javier's right there. That'll do it. White Sox are gone, but they come up with 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave a man. After the first inning, White Sox leading Oakland 2-0. That's 2-0 White Sox, but let's go to Baltimore in the 4th inning at Memorial Stadium. John Shelby on first base. Lee Lacy hits a line shot off of the wall in left center field. That will go as a double with Shelby scoring. And Baltimore has taken a 1-0 lead over Seattle in the bottom of the 4th.
Well, that's the rubber game of that 3-game series. Seattle's 1-1. Baltimore's 1-1.
Here's Dusty Baker. He'll be followed by Alfredo Griffin and Bill Bay, the catcher. Dusty, you see the numbers down there. Like to try and get them back up. Hitting .204. Down low, the count 1-0. There's a strike, and the count goes 1-1. Right there, Dusty didn't fare that well against the White Sox last year. 179. Ground ball hit to Hewlett at third. On to Walker. 1 away.
Well, here's the schedule of other games. In addition to Seattle at Baltimore, Boston's in Milwaukee, Minnesota at Kansas City, Philadelphia and Montreal, the Cubs in St. Louis, and the Mets and the Pirates. Atlanta at San Diego, and Houston taking on the Dodgers.
Here's Alfredo Griffin hitting .301 with a 4-game hitting streak going for him. A switch hitter, and from the left side off of the right-handed pitching of Neil Allen. Up high, the count 1-0. Bill Bay on deck. That's low. The count goes to 2-0. The Mets have taken a 2-0 lead over Pittsburgh. That's in the top of the 4th inning at Pittsburgh. Phillies 5-0 over Montreal in the bottom of the 4th. Low ball 3-0.
Alfredo Griffin is playing tonight in his 216th consecutive game for the Oakland A's.
Well, Alfredo Griffin and Tony Fernandez for Toronto putting together a little streak. Fernandez, let's see, he's around maybe 220 now or so. There's a shot down the right field line. That'll go into the corner. Baines chasing it over as Griffin will go to second. He's going to turn and go to third. Cruz's throw to Hewlett. They get him.
Well, let's take another look at it. You'll see this ball stick out there in right field. It does not carry him back in a true bounce. Right there, it sort of hangs up there and rolls back down that little grade. Griffin on his way, and watch Cruz throw to Hewlett. Right there in plenty of time. Excellent play. There's Baines on another angle. Gets the ball to Cruz. Low throw. Cruz gets up, straightens up, and what a perfect throw from Cruz to Hewlett at third base. I'll tell you something, Don Drysdale, you can bottle that one. That's the way to make that relay.
Now the perfect relay right there, cut him down at third by a long ways. 1-0 to Bill Bay, the young catcher.
If I'm not mistaken, and I'm not in this case, this kid, Bill Bay, has a twin brother, Bob, who is in the Cubs organization.
Outside. 2-0 the count. Both catchers?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether Bob catches or not.
From La Selma High School in Whittier, California. That's low. The count 3-0.
Well, look at this. April, Neil Allen had a 13.50 ERA. In May, a 3.63. What a difference a month makes.
Yeah.
Let alone a day.
Well, the big thing about Neil is kind of a forgotten man in that month of May. Really didn't pitch that much. And that's ball 4. So Bays with a base on balls. And here is Stan Javier, the son of Julian Javier Jr.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
That's what Moose Skowron used to call him. We had a clubhouse meeting with Javier's father when Moose came over with the Dodgers. Says, how are you going to pitch to that Javier? Who? Javier, that second baseman, that infielder. How are we going to play him? Oh, you mean Javier? Yeah, okay.
Julian Javier. I like that.
Yeah. So here's Javier taken high, and the count 1-0. Now in that month of May, Neil Allen pitched a total of 4 and make that 5 1/3 innings. Well, he had to take some cobwebs off of him and kind of reintroduce himself to the club. That's down the left field line. Bobby Bonilla moving over on the wet grass, slips and goes down and comes up and gets it back in, and that will be a double for Javier. Now that play, the relay play, even bigger.
Well, let's take another look at it. The pitch down and away from him, and he goes to the opposite field. Bonilla slipping. He does a good job getting to that ball in the wet grass. Recovers quickly. Look at it from our center field camera. Recovers quickly, comes up, throws the ball in to hold the runners at second and third. And the fact now that Griffin was thrown out on the relay from Baines to Cruz to Hewlett looms even larger in this ball game.
Well, it's a run for sure with 1 out instead of 2 outs and runners at second and third. Dave Duncan out to talk to Allen and Skinner. Guillen listening in on the conversation as home plate umpire Terry Cooney moves it along.
I'll tell you something. That is the 8th hit this year for Julian, rather for you got me doing it.
Oh, Julian's
for Stan Javier. That is the 8th hit, and 4 of them have been doubles. So he has been hitting line drives around pretty well, and filling in for the injured Dwayne Murphy, who was out of action with spasms in his lower back.
Here's Tony Phillips, fly to center his first time at bat. Now they're playing Phillips. Cangelosi over in left center. They give him all the alley in right center. Takes a strike and a count 0-1. Phillips, he'll use the entire ballpark, and he has got a little better power than that. As you look at Bathe at third, Javier at second. On deck, Donnie Hill. Breaking pitch high, the count 1-1. The A's left 2 on in the first. They have 2 on here in the second. The White Sox lead it 2-0. We're in the top of the second inning. There's Donnie Hill. Breaking pitch inside, and the count goes to 2-1. Oakland coming into tonight's game, they've won 4 of their last 6, a record of 25-28, 3 games behind Texas. Bathe at third. Javier at second. Javier looked like a little bigger than his dad.
Yes, he is.
There's a bouncer right side. This will do it. Cruz is there, goes on to Walker, and the side is retired. No runs on a pair of hits, 2 doubles. The A's don't score. No errors, and they leave 2 more. And after 1.5, 2-0, White Sox.
Well, I don't know. This Antler Night, or what is that down there? He must have lost a bet of some kind. I got to make a statement on that.
You would hope so.
I would hope so. I hope he doesn't go around like that all the time. Now, maybe it does. I won't repeat that, Jim Angio, but I will repeat this. Why don't you make your plans right now to attend a White Sox game with a group of your friends, whether they wear antlers or not? Just phone 924-1000 and ask for group sales. You'll reserve the best seats in the house. That's 924-1000.
Ozzie Guillen to lead it off. He'll be followed by Skinner and then Cruz. Takes a strike and the count is 0-1. Hit foul over the Sox dugout. A ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Joel Skinner. Takes low. The count 2-2.
Carney Lansford normally playing third base for the. Was that Lansford or Langford?
Langford.
That was Langford.
Rick
I'm sorry.
Langford.
Rick Langford.
Down low and Guillen down on strikes.
They have Langford a pitcher and Lansford normally a third baseman who was injured in a collision on the playing field. He collided with Tony Phillips on a pop-up out near the pitcher's mound, and he's out of action. They got quite a few key people on this Oakland club hurt, Don.
Well, they have just said they've had some pitchers go down, and I'll tell you, they've had to reach back into their farm system with that grab bag as much as anybody. As Joel Skinner stands in. Joel with a 4-game hitting streak going for him. Takes low. The count 1-0. Hitting .216 with a home run and 8 RBIs. (2-0).
Mickey Tuttleton, their catcher, is down in the minor leagues rehabilitating from a foot infection. You had a quick look at the on-deck hitter.
There's a strike and the count 2-1. Three balls and a strike with Julio Cruz on deck. Foul out of play. Full count 3-2.
They got a left-hand hitting outfielder on this club, Mike Davis, pretty good power hitter. He's out of action with a hamstring injury. Jay Howell, their stopper out of the bullpen, is out of action with an arm injury.
There's a bouncer back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Joel Skinner runs his hitting streak to 5 games, and that'll bring on Julio Cruz. 1 out, 1 on. Julio driving in his first run of the year last night. On deck, John Cangelosi. Takes outside. 1-0 the count.
They got a left-hand pitcher on this club, Bill Kruger. They tell me may be out for the entire year with an elbow injury.
Bill Kruger with a good arm. There's a bunt attempt foul. Well, they're going to test Tony Phillips down there at third, possibly, as Cangelosi has already bunted for a base hit to third. Cruz trying to do the same thing. Phillips really playing a little out of position. That is normally, as Frank mentioned before, Carney Lansford position at third. Carney still out of the lineup. Minnesota didn't score in the first inning at Kansas City with the Royals at bat. Cubs didn't score in the first inning at St. Louis. The Cardinals at bat. There's a strike and a count 1-2.
They tell me Lansford was injured. He collided with Phillips on a pop-up out near the mound. They had the rookie pitcher Eric Plunk out there, inexperienced, I guess, and did not call the play. So the two men ran together, and Lansford injured and unable to play as a result.
One ball and 2 strikes. High, the count 2-2. Bottom of the 5th, Baltimore leading Seattle by a score of 1-0. Philadelphia over Montreal 5-1 in the top of the 5th at Montreal Olympic Stadium. 2-2 the count. Outside, 3-2. And he walks him. Now Haas walking Cruz, hitting 154, and he'll go to Cangelosi with Skinner moving to second.
Very uncharacteristic of Moose Haas. We'd mentioned he had walked only 16 men all year coming into the ball game in his first 9 starts, and now walks a 150 hitter, the number 9 man in the batting order.
And that will send you right to your friendly doctor. As Cangelosi stands in. John, a bunt single. Later came on to score. He stole third, his 25th stolen base of the year. Skinner at second, Cruz at first. On deck, Timmy Hewlett. Want to know the count. There's a bouncer. Haas late getting off. He's got to hurry, and they don't get him. Steve Palermo right there to make the call. That'll be a base hit for Cangelosi.
Wow, there's some excitement right there. I want to see this replay, Don. I thought that even though Haas was late getting over there, I wonder if he even missed a bag. Watch the feet.
Well, the Sox catch a break.
If he hit the bag, they do. He may have missed the bag. Let's see it on this angle.
Looked like he got the right corner.
Well, I don't know.
Yep, there he's on it.
Yeah, looks like it.
Now Jackie Moore out to argue, but Steve Palermo says no. Sox catch a bit of a break right there. They've got the bases loaded. A bit that can turn into a big break. And 1 out, and here's Timmy Hewlett. And right now they will take all the breaks they can get. Hewlett bounced to third his first time at bat. Takes a strike and a count 0-1 with Baines on deck. That's Skinner at third. And Cruz at second. Cangelosi at first. And action in the Oakland bullpen. Outside, the count 1-1. Dave Stewart down in that Oakland bullpen. One and one to count. Started, stopped, and the count 2-1. Fly ball to right field. Canseco is there, tagging Skinner. And Cruz also. The throw to second base. Skinner will score 3-0. So indeed, the play at first base gives the Sox an extra run. Cruz taking third. Cangelosi holding at first. Hewlett, his 12th RBI of the year.
Well, he goes the other way with it. Deep enough to get the run in from third. Canseco makes the catch. The only play Canseco has is to throw the ball into second base. As Skinner comes in to score, and Cruz tags at second and advances to third, they hold Cangelosi at first.
Fouled out of play. The count is 0-1. Bathe over, but he'll run out of room. So we'll keep an eye on Cangelosi at first base with Baines the hitter. Well, checking his weapon right there to see if he might have put a little crack in it. Passes the inspection, and the count is 0-1. That's Cruz at third. And Cangelosi at first. Cruz inching down the line, so there could be something going right here. We'll see what happens. He can get way down the line. That's hit into shallow left center field. That's going to drop. Javier has to play it on a hop, and he'll go back to second base. And the Sox lead it 4-0 as Cruz scores.
Take another look at it. Baines just laying wood on the ball, just slapping it out into left center field. Javier coming on, fields the ball, and Cruz in to score easily. A 4-0 lead. Baines has his second RBI of the night and his 31st of the year.
Still runners at first and third, and here's Greg Walker. He homered his first time at bat.
West Stock.
And Jackie Moore coming out, so that might be all. We'll see what happens right here.
Well, he was conferring with his pitching coach, West Stock. Stock had been on the phone, obviously, to see if Stewart was ready to come into the ball game.
Well, it might be right here, too. Don't even worry about Walker. Make him hit your pitch, and even if you load the bases, go to Bonilla. It's amazing. You get some managers in the American League, but not many. There is a couple. Pat Corrales in particular, he just refuses to pitch to Baines in any kind of a situation. And you'd have to agree with him. Baines just beat you to death. He's a proven hitter. And it's amazing how many will keep doing things like that. And I bet you that would be what Jackie Moore was talking about in Greg Walker. Even hit the home run. Don't even, if you walk him, you walk him. But make him hit your pitch.
Right.
Even if you load the base. And you ask yourself this, who would you rather pitch to, Greg Walker or Bobby Bonilla? And taking nothing away from Bobby Bonilla, you've got to say Bobby Bonilla. That's outside, and the count 2-0.
Well, sure, you got the rookie there, and the kid that a veteran like Haas could work on a bit. There's Bobby on deck. I'll tell you a little story about walking people, though. We got another pitch here.
That's 3-0.
I saw Sparky Anderson one night give up 4 intentional walks to pitch to Rick Cerrone. Cerrone had 2 singles, a double, and a home run.
Who was pitching? That's outside, and that's ball 4. Baines is second, so the Sox indeed have loaded the bases. Well, and here's Bobby Bonilla.
percentage called for it every time, and Sparky went by the book, and of course that was the first question everybody asked him after the ball game.
Well, you've got to have some fortitude if you're a manager to do that, and you've got to have confidence in your pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
And that, in this case, is what Jackie Moore has obviously told Haas. Don't worry about Walker. If he goes after your pitch, if he gets himself out, fine. If he doesn't, go to Bonilla. 2 outs, bases loaded. And there's the strike, and the count is 0-1. Bobby, the 8th man to come to the plate as you look at Cangelosi. He's at third, Baines at second, and Walker at first. And the Sox lead it 4-0. Down low, the count 1-1. You're right there, 55 pitches. That is way too many. And you would have to figure that that is not the number of pitches that Moose Haas has thrown coming into tonight's game with that 7-1 record. Curveball, waved at and missed, and the count 1-2. With Ron Kittle on deck. To left field, playable right there. Dusty Baker makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the White Sox come up with 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and they leave 3. And we're through 2. The White Sox lead it 4-0. Well, on Sunday, June 8th, the White Sox take on the Oakland A's. That's this coming Sunday, and the first 15,000 fans who attend the game, they receive a free pair of Sox sunglasses, compliments of Jovan. For tickets, call 559-1212. Use your charge card or stop by the Comiskey Park ticket office. And right here, we're through 2 with the White Sox. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and leading 4-0 after 2. And along with Frank Messer, I'm Don Drysdale. Happy that you've joined us tonight. We go to the 3rd, and to call it for you, here's Frank.
Okay, Don, and it'll be Donnie Hill, Bruce Bhakti, and Jose Canseco. Coming on in that order, Donnie Hill, 8 hits in his last 23 at-bats, grounded out. His first trip tonight. Much better hitter left-handed than right, batting .385 left-handed with 2 home runs, .279 right-handed with no homers. Ball 1. Well, the Sox have finally scored some runs in a ball game, leading 4-0 through the first 2 innings. Allen high with a fastball, and the count is 2-0. Just a matter of time until the Sox were going to start getting some base hits and scoring some runs. Now it's up to Allen to hold it. He comes in low, and the count is 3 balls and no strikes. And that is something he does not want to do, is start walking people now that he has a 4-0 lead in the ball game. Right down the middle, 3-1. Allen's walks and strikeouts even up this year. He has walked 21 and struck out 21, and that is not a good ratio. Three and 2 count. You like to see your pitcher strike out at least twice as many men as he walks, if you're going to compare those statistics. Ground ball to the shortstop, Ozzie Guillen. From behind second base, he makes the throw. 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. I was in downtown Chicago for most of the day, and it did not rain down where I was. But evidently we had some rain. They must have had rain here at Comiskey Park, because there's a lot of water out there in the outfield. Foul back by Bhakti. Bhakti had a base hit in the first inning. At least the rain downtown, I didn't see it. I'll put it that way. Or feel it. I take that back. I got 2 raindrops when I went to the post office this morning. Ball out of strike. So Allen shake off one sign, get another one. Out of ground to right side. Walker's got it. He'll take it by himself. 2 outs. There's some water. Where is that? That's right at the edge of the warning track down the right field line. Or was that down the left field line? Down the right field line, I guess. Anyway, there is some water out here. Earlier in the game, if you've been with us all the way, you saw center fielder John Cangelosi slash through some water. High pop-up behind second base. And now the wind carries it over. Watch Guillen. He's going to be halfway over to first base when he makes the catch. Ozzie Guillen going way out of his territory, but he had committed himself. 3 up, 3 down. In the middle of the third, it's the Sox 4 and the Oakland A's nothing.
Well, we'll take a look at the scoreboard for you. In the American League, 5-0 Baltimore over Seattle in the 6th. No score, Boston, Milwaukee in the 3rd. Kansas City 3-0 over Minnesota in the 2nd. National League, no score in the 3rd. Cubs, Cards, 7-0 Mets over Pittsburgh in the 5th. 7-1 Philly over Montreal in the 6th.
And Ron Kittle goes after a breaking pitch. Kittle flied to center field in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. The Sox are leading 4-0. 1 ball and 1 strike. Had him out in front. May was a tough month for Kittle. That one in the air, center field, not too deep. The wind's going to bring it way back in. And Javier comes in with it to make the catch. You got an idea of how much that wind is picked up on the pop-up that ended the top half of the 3rd inning. And Seco's pop-up as Guillen came all the way from shortstop, halfway between first and second base to make the catch. And speaking of Guillen, here he is with a bat in his hand. He struck out in the 2nd. Showing bunt, bringing the 3rd baseman Phillips charging in. Ball 1. Off-speed pitch, grounded to first. Bhakti has trouble with it, may not get him. He's safe. Always hustle down the line. You never know what's going to happen. It looked like a routine ground ball, and Bhakti could not play it.
Now Bruce just couldn't find the handle here. There it is. He got caught on that in-between hop. Now he tries to go with his glove hand, slips on the wet grass, gives it to Haas, who can make the play, trying to catch the ball in the bag at the same time. And Bruce will draw the air.
That is the first error of the ball game. You look at it from another angle, and Ozzie Guillen is on. Only the 2nd error committed by Bhakti this year. And this is 39th game of the season. Joel Skinner had a base hit and scored a run in the 2nd inning. Just a little lob toss over there. Guillen committed to going back at first. Guillen back again. A little better move that time by Haas. Inside with a fastball, and it's 1-0. Sox got a run in the first inning. They legged 1 run in. Cangelosi bunted for a base hit with 2 strikes on him. Went to second on a ground out, stole third, and scored on Bain's sacrifice fly. Walker followed with a home run. It was 2-0. Then a single by Skinner, a walk to Cruz, base hit by Cangelosi. Now they've got him picked, and he gets back to first. Now Guillen's making things exciting. Here it is on the pitch out. They smelled that one coming, and Guillen just stops. Puts on the brakes right there. Heads up play by Guillen. Here he comes back. And dives in head first without a throw being made back to first base. Now the count, meanwhile, to Skinner, 2-0. Now he swings to protect the base runner, and Guillen is out for going out of the baseline. Scored 2-6 on the putout. We'll take another look at it. Now they have him going after the pitch out. Tricky little move there by Guillen, but not allowed. Of course, an illegal move. And he is called out. Skinner trying to protect him, swung on the pitch, well out of the strike zone, and the count is 2-1 on Joel. Right center field, well hit. On the move, though, Javier runs it down in the gap. So the Sox do not score despite the error by Buxty, and at the end of 3, it's Chicago 4 and Oakland nothing. Well, it's 4-0 White Sox as we go to the top of the 4th inning. The Sox 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. The Oakland A's no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. It'll be Dave Kingman, Dusty Baker, and Alfredo Griffin coming to bat in that order for Oakland. The A's tonight are opening a 7-game road trip. They'll be here at Comiskey Park for 4 games through Sunday afternoon. On their recent homestand, they won 4 and lost 4. They went 0-2 against Baltimore. Then they won 2 out of 3 from the Yankees and won 2 out of 3 from the Detroit Tigers. Dave Kingman popped up his first at bat. Kingman has 419 career home runs. He is 20th on the all-time home run list. Shoulder high fastball inside. It's ball 1 to Kingman. Two balls and no strikes. Kingman has the most Grand Slam home runs of any active player in the major leagues. He has hit 16 Grand Slam home runs in his career. Only 4 players in history have hit more. He was going for the downs there. 2 balls and 1 strike. You just take a look at that swing. He really lets it all go. He just uncoils at the plate. Bounces one slowly left side. Guillen has it and throws him out. Well, Neil Allen has retired the last 4 hitters in a row with 3 ground balls and a pop-up to Guillen. And he'll work on Dusty Baker, who grounded out to third baseman Timmy Hewlett, his first at bat. The Sox lead by a score of 4-0. Breaking pitch for a strike to Baker. Bounced across or bounced in there by Neil Allen. Well, I don't know about the weather overall, but things should heat up here at Comiskey Park tomorrow night. Joaquin Andujar, coming off an injury, is scheduled to pitch for the Oakland A's. He has a record of 4-2. And Richard Dotson, with a record of 3-5, will take the baseball from Tony La Russa tomorrow night. 2 balls and a strike. Game time is 7 o'clock. Then Saturday night at 6, it'll be Joe Cowley against Chris Cotteroli. Straightaway center field. Cangelosi has a beat on it. 2 down. And the series will wind up on Sunday with Joel Davis opposing Kurt Young.
Frank, the White Sox and Coca-Cola would like to invite you to join the White Sox fan club. For just $10, you receive 2 free tickets to a White Sox season home game, invitations to all fan club sponsored events, and much, much more. For an application and more information, call or write to Comiskey Park. And remember, a portion of the proceeds go to benefit Shy Sox kids in the fight against terminal illness in children.
Alfredo Griffin takes a strike. Griffin doubled in the second inning, and the big play of the ball game was him being thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple. Baines to Cruz to Hewlett. Ozzie Guillen charging in and throws him out. An easy inning for Neil Allen. He retires this side in order at the end of 3.5 innings. It's the Sox 4 and the Oakland A's nothing.
Well, right here it's 4-0. The White Sox on top, and let's go to Memorial Stadium in Baltimore as Ken Phelps gets a hold of one and hits it over the right center field wall. As you can see, Storm Davis on the mound, and Baltimore has taken the 6-1 lead in the top of the 7th inning over the Seattle Mariners. And back here at Comiskey Park, Dave Stewart has taken over the pitching chores for the Oakland A's. Stewart acquired from the Philadelphia Phillies. Actually, Stewart released and picked up, as you see right here in his 3rd game, a record of 2.25. Stewart has worked 8 innings. He has walked 3, struck out 7. He has a super arm, Frank.
Well, he's going to put it on display right here. After Haas goes 3 innings, gives up 4 runs, all earned, 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 1, and surrendered 1 home run, that being to Greg Walker. Stewart will pitch to Julio Cruz, who walked and scored. Fouled out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Little heat right there.
He's got some heat.
1-0 2. You say he was released by the Phillies, huh? A ball and 2 strikes.
I think it was, I'm going to have to find, I'm going to go down and talk to Mickey Morabito, because it was Stewart and somebody else. 2 pitchers released, and they both went to the Bay Area, one to the Giants, and Dave Stewart right here.
Now the count 2-2, as you saw a moment ago. John Cangelosi waiting on deck. Don mentioned Mickey Morabito. He is the traveling secretary and former PR director for the Oakland A's. Out of play on the left side. Ray Fosse now handles the public relations duties. Yes, the same Ray Fosse who used to catch. The same Ray Fosse who made, I guess, more news in a collision in the All-Star game, blocking home plate, blocking Rose off home plate, than in his entire playing career, which was a good career, 9 years in the major leagues. 3-2 the count on Julio Cruz. Actually, more than 9 years for Ray. He played 9 years after that collision. A lot of people thought it ended his career. On a nice hop to Donnie Hill, he throws him out, 1 away. The Sox scored in the 1st inning. Cangelosi laid down a bunt base hit with 2 strikes. Went to second on a ground out, stole third, his 25th stolen base, and scored on Baines' sac fly. Walker followed with a home run. Then in the 2nd inning, with 1 out, Skinner singled, Cruz walked, Cangelosi had an infield hit to load the bases. Hewlett got a run in with a sacrifice fly, and Baines drove in his second run of the game with a base hit. It's 4-0 Chicago. Well, Cangelosi 2 for 2. Knocked down and not played by the shortstop Alfredo Griffin. And Cangelosi is on for the third time. On the replay, Alfredo backhands the ball and just cannot field it cleanly. Another angle on it. He knocks it down, but he does not field it cleanly, and an error will be charged Alfredo Griffin. That is the Oakland A's second error of the ball game. So Cangelosi is on for the third time. 1 out and Tim Hewlett the batter. Hewlett has grounded out and driven in a run with a sacrifice fly. You saw Cangelosi draw the throw over there at first base. So after Cruz grounded out to second, Cangelosi reaches on the error to Alfredo Griffin, and again Stewart goes after him.
That other pitcher, Larry Anderson. Both pitchers released by the Phillies.
There goes Cangelosi, and he's got it stolen. That is number 26 for Cangelosi, and his second tonight. And Bill Bathe is being welcomed to Cangelosi land.
Now, Bathe has got a very slow release. And with anybody that can run, you're in a lot of trouble.
Nice backup by Donnie Hill as the throw actually got by Alfredo Griffin. So 26 stolen bases for Cangelosi. He's been caught 5 times. 0-1 count on Hewlett. He just threw that one by it. No balls and 2 strikes. Harold Baines is on deck. Well, first it was Donnie Hill. Now it is Alfredo Griffin ducking in behind Cangelosi. Now Cangelosi in the first inning stole third base. Nice pickup by Bathe.
Well, he's going to try and go again.
Yes, he had
especially with the count 1-2 to Hewlett.
He had a notion right there. That
he did.
pitch.
He was just trying to time him. And you have a little more freedom to try and do things right now on top 4-0, Frank.
Yeah. He does not go. In the air, left field. It's deep. Brought back Baker at the edge of the warning track. Will haul it in. And Cangelosi goes back to second. There are 2 down. Harold Baines has driven in a pair of runs tonight with a sacrifice fly and a single. Bouncer back up the middle and played by Alfredo Griffin in front of second. He throws him out. Nothing across for the Sox. They leave a man on, and at the end of 4, it's Chicago 4, Oakland nothing. Every Monday night Sox home game in 1986 is a Sox half-price night. All box, reserved, and general admission tickets are half price. The next Sox half-price night of the year is set for June 9th against the California Angels. That is this coming Monday night. California's in town. Reggie Jackson, Wally Joyner, Bobby Grich, Gene Mauch. That enough?
Brian Downing.
Brian Downing, yep. So come on out and enjoy Sox baseball for half price Monday night with California here. Don Drysdale.
All right, Frank. As we go to the top of the 5th inning, Bill Bathe will lead it off. He'll be followed by Stan Javier, and the leadoff hitter Tony Phillips takes a strike, 0-1. Bathe walked his first time at bat. Air ball, 0-2 the count. Neil Allen has yet to strike out a hitter, and he's 0-2 right here to Bathe. Walked 1, allowed 4 hits, no runs through the first 4. Comebacker. Allen on the big hop onto Craig Walker. One away to Stan Javier, who doubled down the left field line his first time at bat. Javier, originally in the Yankee organization, takes up high. Want to know the count, and takes a strike, 0-1. Javier obtained from the New York Yankees, along with pitchers Tim Burtsis, Jay Howell, Eric Plunk, Jose Rijo, in exchange for Ricky Henderson and Burt Bradley. That was in December of '84, so that big Yankee Oakland deal, including Ricky Henderson. 2-1 the count. Last year had a great year at Huntsville at 284. Two and 2 the count. He's a 6-foot, 180-pounder. Born in San Francisco Macorís in the Dominican Republic. Just 20 years old. Boy, there's a lot of youngsters in the American League this year. That's down low on the count. Check that, 3-2. And Joel Skinner will walk it down. Home plate umpire Terry Cooney will take a peek at it. Javier originally signed by the St. Louis Cardinals as a free agent. That was in 1981. 3-2 pitch. And he walks him. Second walk issued by Allen, and the A's go to the top of the order and Tony Phillips.
Well, he'd retired 8 men in a row since Javier doubled off of him in the second. Total walk right here.
Out of the Cardinal organization, he was traded along with infielder Bobby Meacham to the Yankees for pitchers Marty Mason and Steve Fincher, and outfielder Bob Helsom. That was back in 1982. And now with the Oakland A's, as Taylor stands in, he's 0 for 2. He's flying to center and bounced to second. High fly ball right field, playable. Harold Baines, lots of room. 2 outs. And that'll bring on Donnie Hill. Hill has bounced to first and bounced to short. He's 0 for 2. Easy toss to first. Neil Allen does not have a real good move. And Neil mainly with some lob tosses over there. Outside the count, 1-0. On deck, Bruce Bhakti. 2 outs in the Oakland 5th inning. High, 2-0. Well, the Oakland A's in town tomorrow night, Friday night, and on Saturday night, don't forget, that's the big fireworks show at game time starting at 6 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Then the Angels in town Monday night, Tuesday night, and a Wednesday afternoon game against California on getaway day, last game of the homestand. That's back up the middle. Guillen over, can't get it. As Javier stops at second base, Cangelosi gets on the ball in a hurry. So the A's once again have 2 men on with 2 out.
Well, here it is again. The ball is hit right back up the middle. He was behind the count 2-0, came in with a pitch, and it is bounced as Guillen does a somersault out behind second.
Well, Ozzie hurt now. They have the trainer out there. I don't know what happened to him.
Well, he came down. Looked like he came down pretty hard. I don't know. It was a very unusual play. He dove for the ball. Look at it from center field, perhaps we can tell. Right there.
It landed on his head.
Well, it looked like it hurt himself right there when he tried to pop up. I don't think it's his head. I think it's the lower part of the back right there.
Well, his neck. They're rubbing his neck.
What is his neck? Oh, he jumped right there as assistant trainer Mark Anderson works on him.
They have to get Ozzie over with Ozzie Smith and show him how to do those cartwheels. That takes a lot of pressure off of your head.
Well, a matter of concern right now as
the big thing is kind of get in there and kind of jam that neck a little bit, and tighten up on you. Will work like kind of a pinched nerve or whatever. Ozzie, though, I'll tell you, he's hurting a little bit.
Well, you can see the grim look on Tony La Russa's face as the skipper is out there. Now Anderson's going to check the eyes. Anytime you get a blow up there, they want to look at the eyes, be sure there's nothing showing there. I think Ozzie's going to be all right. La Russa is asked him now. Right there, manager will say, don't lie to me. Now tell me, just how do you feel? Can you stay in here or not?
Well, the thing is right there, if you don't want to make any quick moves and really get that thing pinched. You're better off going back in, getting some heat on it and get some treatment, and they're going to stay there. So Guillen's okay. There's a partial line on Neil Allen, 4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 walks. The rest goose eggs as Bruce Bhakti stands in. Bhakti 1 for 2 tonight. So the A's have runners at first and second. Javier at second, Donnie Hill at first, and here's Bhakti with Jose Canseco on deck.
You don't like to see these people coming up with men on base.
Breaking pitch inside. Well, once again, as I said before, the Sox with a little bit of a breather. They have 2 men on, but again with 2 outs. Third time the A's have had that ground ball. Cruz bobbles and now picks up in a hurry and gets it. So the side retired. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 more left, and after 4.5, it's 4-0, White Sox.
The broadcast rights to this game have been granted to Sports Vision by the Chicago White Sox solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any reproduction or other use of this program without the expressed written consent of Sports Vision is prohibited. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Sox are leading by a score of 4-0, and they have Greg Walker ready to lead things off, to be followed by Bonilla and Kittle. Don?
Walker 1 for 1 tonight as he takes a strike from Stewart, and the count is 0-1. Kansas City leading Minnesota 3-2 in the bottom of the 3rd at Royal Stadium. Up high, and the count 1-1. Outside, 2-1 the count. Walker hit his 6th home run of the year and RBI number 13 in the 1st inning. Sox scored 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd. 2-2 the count. Bobby Bonilla on deck. Out of the glove of Bathe. 2-2. And the count remains 2-2. Four runs on 6 hits for the White Sox, and no runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the A's. First of a 4-game series. Tomorrow night, Richard Dotson, Joaquin Andujar. Two and 2 the count. Dave Stewart, really one of the better arms in all of baseball. Doesn't like that ball. Gets a new one from home plate umpire Terry Cooney. And now we'll talk with his catcher Bill Bathe, and trying to get some thoughts on where they want to try and pitch Walker.
Well, you saw that graphic on Walker a moment ago about that's the same guy that had the antlers on a while ago, I think. He must have a collection of them, and I don't know why. Walker, with his 30 hits this year, you saw that 14 have been extra bases, 6 home runs, 6 doubles, and 2 triples.
And there's a little looper. That's into center field. That will drop for a base hit. Alfredo Griffin never went back, and I don't know whether that fooled him or not. He kind of snatches at the ball a little bit from Donnie Hill. Now Walker's aboard. That is a first hit off of Stewart, and it will bring on Bobby Bonilla. Greg 2 for 2 tonight. A little bit low. The count 1-0. There's a strike. That's fouled out of play. The count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to count. That's low. Foul out of play. The count remains 2-2. Got him looking on that inside corner.
Well, there it is. Pitched right there, just about knee-high, catches the inside corner, and Dave Stewart racks up his first strikeout.
Now that'll bring on Ron Kittle. With 1 out, 1 on. Low bounces away from Bay. The second base is Walker, and he'll make it. Wild pitch.
Well, we'll take another look at it. This ball will hit well out in front. Even though the catcher, Bay, blocks it in front of him, the ball is blocked so far in front of him, he has no chance to get Walker, who advances to second base on the wild pitch.
Looked like it might have got him in the shin guard or something kicked out there. $13,761 in attendance tonight as the count goes 2-0 to Kittle. On deck, Ozzie Guillen. There's a strike and the count 2-1. Infield, bounce straight away for Kittle. Outfield slightly to the left and deep. Out of play, right side, back up over the roof, and the count goes to 2-2. Milwaukee taking a 4-1 lead over Boston in the bottom of the 4th inning. No score. Bottom of the 4th at St. Louis with the Cubs. And the Mets shutting out Pittsburgh 7-0 in the top of the 8th inning. Just inside. So a full count, 3-2.
Well, the Mets just keep on winning no matter where they play. Down the Pittsburgh Pirates, a lot like the White Sox, having a lot of trouble winning at home. They've won only 8 and lost 17 ball games in Pittsburgh this year.
And that's foul back. The count remains 3-2. And he walks him. So the White Sox have runners at first and second. That'll bring on Ozzie Guillen. 1 ball and no strikes to Guillen, who has struck out. He was on in an air. That's up high. It's 2-0.
They really have Guillen played around to the left side in the outfield with the left fielder Baker over toward the line. And runners at first and second, the infield straight up.
Runners go on a double steal. The hit and run. And going back, Javier way back, way back, way back. Makes a catch. Kittle retraces his step. Now they go back to first, and he forgets what it was. They get back in a hurry.
I don't know what Kittle was thinking about there. He retraced. He had to step on second, so after that, it looked like he was going to cut right back toward the pitcher's mound. We'll take another look at it and see what we see. The ball is pretty well hit. Both runners in motion. Javier going back deep into center field, catches it about 3 strides short of the warning track, turns around. There's Kittle tagging at second.
Well, the thing, Ronnie's used to running to his right, to his left. That time he had to go to his right. He said, wait a minute, this is the wrong way to go. I'm supposed to turn to my left all the time. Oh, boy. Here is Joel Skinner as he takes a strike in the count, 1 and run.
I'm glad you explained that.
What happened? Of course, when you're running the bases, you run to first, you turn to your left, go to second, turn to your left, go to third, turn to your left, and come to the plate. Kittle got around second, then had to go back and retrace his steps. He was around the bag already on the third base side, so you have to retrace. There's a comebacker to Stewart. He flips on, so Ronnie retraced, turned to his right, and he said, wait a minute, I don't turn to my right, I'm supposed to go to my left. I'm just kidding. We'll talk to that big guy about that. We're through 5-4-0 White Sox.
On Saturday, June 21st, when the White Sox take on the Seattle Mariners, the first 15,000 kids 14 and under who attend the ball game will receive a free mug featuring the White Sox mascots Ribby and Rhubarb, compliments of Kool-Aid. Plus, all kids with a ticket who bring 5 Kool-Aid envelopes or 1 canister wrapper to Gate 9 at 10:30 a.m. will be admitted to a special clinic conducted by White Sox players and coaches. Now, that's all happening on Saturday, June 21st, with the Seattle Mariners in town, so why don't you mark it down on your sports calendar.
Now we go to the top of the 6th inning, and it'll be Jose Canseco to lead it off. He'll be followed by Dave Kingman and Dusty Baker. And the breaking pitch is in and over. Canseco 1 for 2 tonight. Single, popped to short. 5th in the American League with 109 total bases, 6th with a .553 slugging percentage. Oh, Lord. Way back. Way back. Up in the breeze, and he makes the catch.
Boy, Canseco can't believe it. He cannot believe it, and I can't either. I thought that ball was out of here, Don.
Well, he hit it right into the teeth of the wind. He hit it high, and if the wind don't stop that, it won't stop any of them.
Well, here it is. Cangelosi back turn, goes back to the wall, turns around under it, and just a can of corn. Goodness gracious. Canseco, I was watching him down. He got down to first base. Look at there. He still can't believe it. He was watching the replay here on the scoreboard. He still can't believe it.
Here's Dave Kingman. Well, he's got to pull the ball. Well, that shows you the power. I'll tell you, that wind is blowing in at a good clip through that gap between the bleachers and the scoreboard. There's another high fly. And the breeze will keep that one in play, well in play, as Bobby Bonilla even has to come into foul territory. See that gap there? You can see what that wind's doing. And that ball went right into the teeth of that gap. And Cangelosi caught it right against the center field fence. Here's Dusty Baker, 2 outs in the 6th. He's bounced to third and he's flying to center. Takes a strike, 0-1. That's it to center field, and right there is Cangelosi. 3 up, 3 down. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 4-0 White Sox.
Well, here's an idea of what you're going to see this Saturday night. Here at Comiskey Park, it'll be fireworks night. The ball game between the Sox and the Oakland A's starts at 6 o'clock. And following the game, Iago Sangria will sponsor a big fireworks spectacular. So don't miss it. For tickets, call 559-1212 and use your charge card, or stop by the Comiskey Park ticket office. It all happens here Saturday night. Game time is 6. The fireworks to follow.
Here's Julio Cruz as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Takes a strike, 0-1. One and one.
There's tomorrow night's pitcher.
Joaquin Andujar takes a strike, and the count 1-2. There's a little 9 o'clock reading, 54 degrees. The breeze out of the northeast at 10. That's out of play. The count remains 1-2.
I believe everything except the breeze. It's more than 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, I do too.
Go down there and tell Jose Canseco it's only blowing 10 miles an hour.
The count goes to 2-2. On deck, John Cangelosi. A full count of 3-2. There's a base hit left field. Well, hit number 2 off of Stewart. And it'll bring on John Cangelosi.
Oh, it is wet out there.
You know, I'm trying to figure out how it's so wet.
I don't know either. I've mentioned it before. I did not see it. It didn't rain anywhere I was today, except for just a couple of drops downtown this morning.
Cangelosi 2 for 3 tonight. He's been on twice by base hits, on and an air. Has a couple of stolen bases to give him 26 on the year. And the count 1-0.
I would think Stewart would be pretty tough to bunt.
Dave bounces around well. Philadelphia on top of Montreal 7-3, bottom of the 8th up in Canada. Montreal checked out Milwaukee 5-1 over Boston up at County Stadium. Middle innings, Kansas City 5-2 over Minnesota. That's in the bottom of the 4th. And the Cardinals have taken a 2-0 lead over the Cubs. Top of the 5th. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Top of the 9th, Mariners hitting in Baltimore with the Birds leading at 7-1. Cangelosi up on the count, 2-0. Keep an eye on Cruz. Bunt attempt foul. Two balls and a strike. And it's 3-1. There goes Cruz, and it's ball 4.
That'll be the second walk given up by Stewart. And with nobody out, the Sox have something building right here in the 6th inning.
And Wes Stock, he gets on the telephone. He's going to call down to the bullpen, get some action. Here's Timmy Hewlett, who tonight has bounced to third, had a sacrifice fly to drive in his 12th run of the year, and has flying to left. Philip saying something to Stewart. There's nobody out, runners at first and second, and we'll see what the Sox want to do right here. Cruz can get a good lead. They're going to bunts the third base side, and there's that wet grass, and it's a base hit for Hewlett.
Well, Phillips had set the strategy with his pitcher Stewart. The ball's butted down the third base line. You feel it, I'll go back. You throw to me at third base, we'll get a force. But they did not figure on the wet grass, and right there Stewart spins his wheels, hits the deck. Phillips is all the way back covering third, and Hewlett has a bunt single to load the bases. And that was a good bunt.
So Wes Stock out to the mound, as Harold Baines will be the hitter. There's Dave Leeper down in the bullpen. Now the White Sox, bases loaded, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, they lead it 4-0. And Harold Baines, the hitter, the infield back. They give up the run for the out. Bhakti just behind the infield grass at first. There's a line drive left field. That's a base hit. Here comes Cruz. Cangelosi will score. 2 men score. 6-0 White Sox.
Well, quite a night for Harold Baines, who now has 4 runs batted in the ball game. Here it is again. You got a pitch to him, bases loaded, hits it off the end of the bat, lines it into left field. Baker comes up. Here's Cruz in to score, and Cangelosi just a couple of strides behind him. Harold Baines with his 4th run batted in of this ball game, and 33 RBIs for the year. That was the Sox 10th base hit of the night. And the last one they'll have off Stewart. Jackie Moore is on his way out. He has to make a pitching change. And we'll see Dave Leiper come into the ball game. That's who he wants, the left-hander. Dave Stewart threw 54 pitches. He came on to start the 4th inning. So a pitching change being made. Dave Stewart will go out. Dave Leiper will come in, and we'll be back right after this timeout. Well, there are the figures on this 23-year-old left-hander, Dave Leiper. No wins, 1 loss. He's been in only 1 ball game and pitched only 1 inning this year for the Oakland A's. Allowed 3 hits, no walks, no strikeouts, and took a loss in that ball game. He was up briefly with the Oakland Ball Club in 1984. He was the Athletics' first selection in the secondary phase of the draft of 1982. The January free agent draft, secondary phase. A native of Whittier, California, out of Lowell High School. Also attended Fullerton College for a couple of years. The Texas Rangers drafted him at one time. So did the San Francisco Giants. But he elected to continue his education for another year and then signed with Oakland. So I would have to say, Don, with 3 Major League ball clubs interested in him, he must have had a pretty good high school and then collegiate career.
I would think so, as he will face Greg Walker right here. And it's a little bit low. The count 1-0. Hewlett at second, Baines at first. The count. On deck, Bobby Bonilla. And it's 3-0. Well, regardless of what you did before, regardless of where you're playing, you've got to throw strikes. As you look at Bonilla on deck. Last year, he's been used mainly in relief. And that is ball 4. And that is not what Jackie Moore is looking for. So the walk to Greg Walker, and now Bobby Bonilla will turn around and hit from the right side with Ron Kittle on deck. At Tacoma in 15 ball games, a record of 0-1 and a 5.40 ERA at 2 saves, and at Modesto, so he's in 21 ball games. Bonilla fouls it away. A record of 1-0 and a 7.80 ERA.
After they signed him in 1982, they used him as a starting pitcher in the minor leagues, converted him to a relief pitcher in 1984, and he has worked out of the bullpen ever since.
Had a sore left elbow, and through the 85 season, that's down low. 1-1 the count. He began the year at Tacoma, ended up at Modesto. 1 ball and 1 strike. Line, left field, base hit. Ought to score 2. Here comes Hewlett. Here comes Baines. Walker to third, and they get it. Good throw by Dusty Baker, with Bobby Bonilla holding at first. And Eddie Brinkman over talking to him a little bit. You can see the drop of the shoulder. Bobby said, well, Brinkman saying, what are you doing standing here? Well, the play's right in front of you.
Right. Baker makes his throw to third as 2 runs come in to score. Another look at it from center field. Greg Walker out at third base, and Bonilla staying at first, as Don mentioned. On the Sox, now are leading 8-0.
And that'll bring on Ron Kittle. Down in the dirt, and Babe can't find it. Now he does. Well, that's a little bit of a nightmare for the Oakland A's tonight, but the Sox, who have been riding on 3 wheels for the last few weeks, are glad to see at least the 4th one get back on the track tonight. Bonilla down at second base. And that'll be a wild pitch to Ron Kittle with Ozzie Guillen on deck. A ball and a strike.
First time in 12 games the Sox have been able to get into double figures in base hits. They have 11 hits in the game.
That's low. The count 2-1. Looper does not throw that hard. Curveball in and over. The count 2-2.
By coincidence, the first time the White Sox have scored as many as 8 runs since Neil Allen, who's pitching tonight, beat the Yankees 8-1 on the 15th of May.
Long time ago. Curveball fouled away.
Well, every road will bend, every drought will end.
It better. 2-2 the count. And it's 3-2. That curveball fouled away. Now the count remains full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Got him looking. Kittle down on strikes. That fastball tailing back, catching that inside corner.
Well, you see Kittle thinking breaking pitch, I guess. And the fastball catches the inside part of the plate. Kittle down on strikes for the 2nd out of the inning. And the first strikeout for Leeper.
That'll bring on Ozzie Guillen. Takes a strike, 0-1. Ozzie tonight 0 for 3. That means he's 0 for his last 21. And there's a little looper right field. That's a base hit. Here comes Bonilla. Canseco short of the plate, cut off, and Bonilla scores 9-0.
Here it is again. He reaches out and just lines the ball over the head of second baseman Donnie Hill. Canseco throwing in, cut off. Bonilla slides across. 9-0 Sox on their 13th base hit, or their 12th base hit of the night.
Now here's the 9th man to come to the plate in the 6th inning, Joel Skinner. Sox have scored 5 times. They've broken it open 9-0. On deck, Julio Cruz. Joel trying to grow himself a little mustache there. Having a hard time doing it. Oh, he's a good boy, I'll tell you. That's down low. The count 2-0. Tony La Russa down in the Sox dugout. High pop. There is Phillips, and that'll do it. Side retired, but 9 men come to the plate. 5 runs on 5 hits. No errors, and they leave a man, and we're through 6. 9-0 White Sox. Well, tomorrow, the Sox and the A's go at game number 2. The first 15,000 fans, adults 21 and over, who attend the game, they'll receive a free White Sox barbecue apron. Compliments of Mr. Turkey. For tickets, call 559-1212. Use your charge card or stop by the ballpark. Hope you make your plans to be with us. There's a young Sox fan who's happy tonight. And along with Frank Messer, I'm Don Drysdale with the Sox on top by a score of 9-0 through the first 6. 9-12-0 for the Sox, 0-5-2 for the Oakland A's. We go to the 7th, and back to call it for you. Here's Frank.
Okay, Don. Here's a halftime score. Houston has an 11-point lead over the Boston Celtics. That's at halftime. Houston needs to win this ball game to stay alive. Celtics could wrap it up, but Houston leading at halftime by 11. And you know, as Jimmy Angio's cameramen went around the stands, Don, it's such a great feeling to see people smiling out here in the stand with the Sox out in front in a ball game, 9-0. It's everybody. Well, Jimmy says they're even smiling down there in the truck. Now, when those people smile, that is something else.
Yeah, I wish we could get a picture of them smiling.
I'm not going to, unless they get me a picture of it, I'll never believe it, because I don't think they ever smile down there. They laugh out loud a lot.
Well, I'll tell you, the way things were going between the weather and coming in second all the time, there wasn't a whole bunch of reason to smile.
No, there really wasn't.
Tonight, at least they got one thing on their side, and that's the score with the Sox on top 9-0.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. With the Sox leading 9-0, I don't even mind the weather.
Yeah, the weatherman could be just a little more hospitable. 13,761.
1-1 the count on Alfredo Griffin, and that one misses. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Griffin doubled in the second inning, and there was a big play in the ball game. He was out trying to stretch a double into a triple, and that was a big turning point right there, because then Babe threw a walk. Javier doubled, and they did not score. Neil Allen working 3-1 now. That one is well hit right field. That's going to be a base hit. And the ball stays in play. A 2-base hit for Alfredo Griffin. This time he stops at second base, and he has his second double of the night. Base hit number 6.
Now we'll take another look at it. You see the fastball over the plate, and Griffin just turns on it. That's all. One hop off of the wall. Baines over, recovering in a hurry, and holding Griffin to the long double.
Base hit number 6. 3 doubles in the game for the Oakland A's. 2 by Griffin and 1 by Stanley Javier. And the batter, Bill Babe. He's walked and hit back to the pitcher. Ball 1. Out of play. A ball and a strike. Neil Allen in his 7th start of the year. Breaking pitches over, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Alfredo Griffin at second base. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Shallow center field. Cangelosi moving to his left. Has it. Griffin tags, forces a throw, and goes back to second. 1 out. Cangelosi's smiling. Everybody's smiling. Stan Javier has doubled and walked. Now, you're remarking about Stanley being larger than his dad. We were checking those statistics out when Javier was with the Yankees very briefly one major league season. He is a bigger lad than his dad.
Boy, I'll tell you, his father could run. He could play second base for the Cardinals. There was no question about that. Julian wasn't quite as bulky as Stan.
That's a ball and a strike to Stanley. Was Julian a switch hitter? He was not.
No, right-hand hitter.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And wore glasses.
Out of play. You know, Don, I'm sure you can remember when I guess it was pride or something, but a player would not put on a pair of glasses. And I think a lot of guys ruined their careers just because they were too proud to wear glasses.
Well, there was a time, that's right. Years ago, you didn't like to have somebody see you wearing glasses.
No. That bounces away from Skinner, and on a wild pitch, Griffin will go to third. Second time in the ball game tonight that the Oakland A's have had a runner as far as third base.
There's that curveball down in the dirt, just rolling right up the glove in the arm of Joel Skinner. Tough play.
So with one out, a runner at third, 2-2 count on Stan Javier. Strikes him out. So 2 down. That'll be the first strikeout in this ball game for Neil Allen.
Now here it is again. There's another curveball. Allen getting it over down low. He's got a good downer. When he's got the control of it, he can be awfully tough.
Just under 5 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. Actually, Allen has walked one more. No, he hasn't. He is even up. 22 walks, 22 strikeouts for the year. Tony Phillips is the batter. Ball one. Phillips tonight 0 for 3. He's flied to center, grounded to second, and flied to right. The Sox are leading by a score of 9-0. In the air to left field. Bonilla should have it. And that retires the side. The runner left at third base at the end of 6.5 innings. The score, the Sox 9 and the Oakland A's 0. All right, let's take a look at other ball games. It's over in Baltimore. The Orioles win at 7-1 over Seattle. Storm Davis gets the win. Milwaukee 5, Boston 2 in the 7th, and Kansas City leads Minnesota 7-2. The Cubs are down 2-0 to the Cardinals in the 7th. Mets beat the Pirates 7-0, and it is Philadelphia 7, Montreal 3. That's a final. San Diego leads Atlanta 1-0 in the 2nd. Houston at Los Angeles just getting underway. And right here, the Sox are leading by a score of 9-0. And Julio Cruz hits it on the ground to the second baseman. Hill up and throws him out. So Cruz is now 1 for 3. He scored a couple of runs in the game earlier. Dave Leeper, the third Oakland pitcher. There's the line score. The White Sox 9 runs on 12 hits. They played errorless ball. Oakland 0 runs, 6 hits, and they've committed a couple of errors. The most runs the Sox have scored in a ball game this year, 10. They beat Detroit 10-4 way back on April 16th. They also scored 9 runs against the Tigers on April 25th and won that game by a score of 9-7. Cangelosi sends a fly ball straightaway center field. Easy chance for Javier. And quickly 2 down. Cubs game, we understand that Dennis Eckersley suffered back spasms and had to be scratched in his assignment tonight. So a little tough news there for Cub fans. Eckersley out with back spasms. Timmy Hewlett, the batter, has driven in a run with a sacrifice fly. Officially, he's 1 for 3. He picked up a bunt single in the 6th inning when then pitcher Dave Stewart fell down and could not field the ball. 1-1 to him. In the air, shallow center field. Javier coming on and makes the catch coming in. So an easy inning for Dave Leeper as he retires the side in order. We've completed 7 here at Comiskey. The score, Sox 9, the Oakland A's nothing. Well, Harold Baines is out of the ball game. Bobby Bonilla has switched from left field over to right field. And Wayne Tollison goes to the outfield for the first time this year, playing left field for the White Sox as we're set to go to the 8th inning. Landmark occasion tonight for Billy Buckner of the Boston Red Sox. He drove in a run as the Red Sox lead Milwaukee, or rather Milwaukee leads Boston 5-2, but Buckner with an RBI in the ball game, the 1,000th run batted in of a very fine career. Don, I know that you had some very nice things to say about Buckner when we saw Boston earlier this year.
Well, Billy's, I'll tell you, he has been a good player throughout his career, and you'd like to have just 24 men now, or 25 in years past, that just went out and played the game as hard as he did. So Neil Allen ready to go and delivers down low to Donnie Hill. It'll be Hill, Bakhti, and Canseco. Well, your outfield now of Tollison, Cangelosi, and Bonilla. Baines out of the lineup. There's a shot right back up the middle. So Donnie Hill is 2 for 4 tonight. Angelosi gets it back in. That is hit number 7 for the A's. And it'll bring on Bruce Bakhti. Bakhti 1 for 3. Misses low, the count 1-0. So Neil Allen working on a 7-hit shutout here in the top of the 8th inning. Takes a strike and the count 1-1.
The Sox have not had an individually pitched shutout this year. They've had one team shutout on the win side.
Allen has, I think he's had 3 career shutouts. That's a little high. I'll just double check on that for Neil.
Well, I'll tell you, no more than he started. That's not too bad.
That's 3 career shutouts. Had 2 in 1983 at St. Louis outside. Matter of fact, he had all 3 of them in 1983. 1 with the Mets and 2 with the Cardinals. Now 3-1 the count with Canseco on deck.
Well, considering he had only 35 starting assignments over his major league career, that's not a bad ratio.
Not at all. Out of play, the count 3-2. Bruce Bakhti, as a member of the Seattle Mariners, one year just decided he was going to sit it out and retire from baseball, and then had a change of heart, came back with the Oakland A's. There's a line drive to Cruz, back to Walker, not in time. Well, there's 1 out.
I'll take another look at it. Cruz making the stab of the line drive, and a leaping throw back over to Walker, but not in time to double Hill off the bag.
Here's Jose Canseco, who is 1 for 3 tonight. Last time up, he hit one a ton. right towards the White Sox bullpen, right up into the teeth of that wind, and Cangelosi went back and caught it right against the wall. Inside 1-0. Tomorrow night, Joaquin Andujar and Richard Dotson. That'll be the second game of the 4-game series. Kansas City's increased their lead 7-2 over Milwaukee. I should say Minnesota. Baltimore has defeated Seattle 7-1.
Well, while Skinner talks talent, just a reminder that Sunday afternoon it'll be Joban Photo Corner Day here at Comiskey Park. Every Saturday and Sunday when the Sox play a home afternoon game, you have a chance to get a free Polaroid photo taken with your favorite White Sox star.
High, the count 3-0 with Dave Kingman on deck.
Sox players will be available an hour and 15 minutes before the start of every weekend home game. The photo session lasts a half an hour. You're welcome to come out here. The next one will be Sunday afternoon.
Donnie Hill at first, Walker behind him. Green lighted 3-0 and sends a high fly ball to Cangelosi, shallow left center. 2 outs. And it'll bring on Dave Kingman, who is 0 for 3.
Well, this is the farthest Neil Allen has got in any ball game so far this season. And he still seems to have good stuff out there, Doc.
Neil throwing well. As you look at Kingman, who has popped to first, bounces short, and flying to left. A shot. Timmy Hewlett knocks it down. He'll pick it up and throw him out. Nice play by Timmy Hewlett. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. To the bottom of the 8th. 9-0 White Sox.
Friday, June 20th, when the White Sox take on the Seattle Mariners, the first 15,000 fans, 15 and over, who attend the game will receive a free White Sox beach towel, compliments of the Illinois State Lottery. For tickets, call 559-1212 and use your charge card, or stop by the Comiskey Park ticket office. That's Friday, June 20th. It'll be beach towel night, compliments of the Illinois State Lottery.
Here's Wayne Tollison. And that's fouled out of play. And just hope they don't have to save those for next year. Harold Baines tonight was 2 for 4, or check that, 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs. So Harold right now with 33 RBIs.
They got my pool open finally. Now they got to go out every morning, skim the ice off the top. At least it's not getting dirty.
No. Keep the ducks out.
Yeah.
There's a strike in the count, 0-2.
Daggone geese going to start flying south.
A ball and 2 strikes with Greg Walker on deck. Pitchers of record tonight: Neil Allen, the starter for the White Sox, and Moose Haas, starter for the Oakland A's. That's looped down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It'll be a fair ball. Tollison on his way to second base as Canseco bobbles. Will get it back in. So Tollison's aboard. That 3rd spot remains hot in the Sox lineup.
Boy, it really does. Baines had driven in 4 runs with a couple of base hits and a sacrifice fly in that slot. And here's the Tollison 2-base hit the other way. He just takes an outside pitch down the right field line, and for Tollison, his 5th, 6th double of the year.
Here's Greg Walker. Greg tonight 2 for 2. He has walked twice. He homered his first time at bat. That's pop foul, and that will be back and out of play. He shuts the gates. For Greg, his 6th RBI of the year, his 13th RBI, or 6th home run of the year, and 13th RBI. He walked in the 2nd, he singled in the 5th, and he walked again in the 6th.
Sox now have 13. Excuse me, Don. I'm going to say the Sox have 13 hits in the game on 3 or 4 occasions. Earlier this year, they had as many as 14, but never more than 14.
9-13-0 for the Sox. 0-7-2 for the A's. Fouled at the plate. 0-2.
Well, there's the swing. He fouls the ball straight down.
Leaper, get a little face shot there. Kind of looks like a young Jerry Royce looking at him straight on.
Really does, doesn't he?
Down low.
Same sandy hair.
Yeah. We'll get a straight on shot of him if we can. A low shot. There you go. Get out of the way. Who's that in the way? Brinkleman.
That same mustache.
Out of play with a breaking pitch. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Bobby Bonilla with Ron Kittle to follow. Nobody out. Tallison at second. Outside, the count 2-2. Night game tomorrow, 7 o'clock game. Then on Saturday night, don't forget, a 6 o'clock start. Fireworks show to follow. That's fouled out of play. The count remains 2-2. And an afternoon game on Sunday. And then Gene Mauch and the California Angels come to town on Monday night, Tuesday night. And don't forget, mark it down, a Wednesday afternoon game. Frank is writing that down because if I don't mention it, he'll be here Friday night. Luke to left. Baker coming on, has a play, makes the catch. 1 away. And that'll bring on Bobby Bonilla, who's 2 for 4 with a pair of RBIs. Sox, after the Wednesday afternoon game, will fly on out to the Pacific Northwest and open up a 3-game series with the Mariners. They'll take a look at Dick Williams and crew for the first time this year. Then it's back to Minnesota and finally back home again. Down low, the count 1-0. There's a strike and the count 1-1 to Bobby Bonilla. Shot backhanded by Phillips. Long throw to Bhakti, and they get him. Good play by Tony Phillips at third.
Let's take another look at it. Excellent play by Phillips. That ball is hit hard. He'll make a very long throw. Now watch him come up with the ball. Sets himself. And a very, very strong and very accurate throw over to first base. Here it is from a closer angle. That young man has some kind of arm on that ball. That got over there in a hurry. Very good throw.
Here's Ron Kittle. And a looper, shallow center. Going out is Alfredo Griffin. Makes a catch in the side, retires. Well, for the White Sox in the 8th inning, no runs on a hit, no errors. They leave a man aboard. We go to the top of the 9th with the White Sox leading it 9-0.
The next White Sox game on Sports Vision will come your way tomorrow night at 7 o'clock when the Sox again host the Oakland A's. Starting pitchers will be Joaquin Andujar, record of 4-2, against Richard Dotson, who has won 3 and lost 5. Tomorrow night at 7 right here on Sports Vision. And now we go to the 9th inning. It'll be Dusty Baker. To lead things off, Alfredo Griffin and Bill Baith to follow with Neil Allen trying to complete the shutout. Don?
All right, Frank, Dusty Baker tonight. As he looks at the first pitch low, 0 for 3, has bounced a third, fly to center twice. And the count 2-0. 3 balls and no strikes. Allen a little unhappy with himself. Baker down to 198, and that's not weight-wise as he walks on 4 pitches. Third walk issued by Allen. Well, Joel Skinner will go out and talk with his pitcher as Alfredo Griffin will step in. He is 2 for 3 tonight, 2 doubles. Well, it's been a relatively good ball game for Neil Allen, thrown 111 pitches. Now Alfredo Griffin takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. Bill Bay, the catcher, on deck. And we might have a pinch hitter. There's a high pop going over Hewlett. Might have a play. Look out, Timmy. Nice play right there. Good play by Tim Hewlett.
Well, let's watch him from downstairs. He almost overran the ball right there. Made a basket catch of it. Spins around to see what the base runner, Dusty Baker, is doing. Baker standing right there at first base. Nice play by Hewlett. Jerry Willard will come on here as a pinch hitter now.
Now Willard, 3 hits in 22 at-bats with a couple of RBIs. Willard released by the Cleveland Indians and has hooked on with the Oakland A's. So he will hit for Bay with Javier on deck. Takes inside.
I think any guy that can catch and swing the bat at all left-handed has a chance of catching on.
Willard more of an offensive player than a defensive player. That's out of play. He'll turn the bat loose. A ball and a strike. Little high. The count goes to 2-1. In 100 ball games for the Indians last year, Willard hit 270. Yes, 25 years of age, is 6'2", 195-pounder. Down the left field line, Tallison, a long way to go, but he's got good speed. He can't get it over his head. Moving to third is Baker. He gets it back in on the double by Willard.
I don't know how much outfield Tolleson has played, but we'll watch him on this one. Actually, it looked to me like he might have overrun the ball. Did not have the correct angle on it. Right there, you see Tolleson, and the ball is behind him and over his head. He got a bad angle on it. And the ball will drop for a 2-base hit, putting runners at second and third. Ball was playable. It was catchable.
Now that'll bring on Stan Javier with runners at second and third. Willard, his first double of the year. And the first pitch taken high, 1-0. Tony Phillips on deck. Down low, the count 2-0. Javier has doubled, walked, and struck out, and Dave Duncan going to go out to the mound and talk with Allen.
Duncan out there saying, hey, you got a 9-0 lead. I know you'd like to have the shutout, but don't try to get too fine. Just throw the ball over the plate. Get it in the strike zone. And let's all get out of here. 1 out. Runners at second and third.
2 balls and no strikes the count. Baker at third with Willard at second. And the count goes to 3-0. Neal just might be setting up a double play situation right here to end it. Who knows? Preserve that shutout. There's a strike and the count 3-1. And he walks him. Fourth walk by Allen, and that will bring on Tony Taylor. And there's Dave Duncan down in the dugout to the bullpen. 9-0.
Well, it'll be the first time tonight the Sox have had to get somebody warmed up out there in the pen.
Now Phillips tonight is 0 for 4. Has fly to center, bounce to second, fly to right, and fly to left. Now the infield double play depth, although Walker back at first base. There's a bouncer to the hole, base hit right field. Baker scores. And the throw to the plate, Willard will score. So it's a 9-2 ball game. Stopping at second base is Javier on the base hit by Phillips.
Well, here it is. Game a matter of inches. Big high bounce, and Cruz diving for the ball, cannot get to it. 2 runs come in as Bonilla fires the ball back in toward home plate. And the Sox lead is now 9-2, so there will be no shutout for Neil Allen tonight. Tony Phillips with his 24th and 25th runs batted in.
Now here's Donnie Hill. Well, the 2 walks creating a problem for Neil Allen here in the 9th inning. A leadoff walk to Baker. He got Griffin to pop to the third baseman Hewlett in foul territory. The double by Willard. There's a strike, and the count is 0-1. Donnie Hill is 2 for 4 tonight. Fly ball to right field. Bonilla coming on. That's to play it on a hop. Throw to second base by Cruz, backed up by Guillen. And the bases are loaded. So Donnie Hill with his 3rd hit. It'll bring on Bruce Bochy.
Well, now Duncan on the phone again to the bullpen to see if the man he had warming up is warmed up.
Bob James just got up. I don't know if he doesn't look like he's quite ready yet. Well, Bruce Bochy will stand in. What you'd like to do in a situation like this is when you have somebody 9-0, of course, people will say that, well, the runs don't mean anything. We beat them 9-2, or right now in this case 9-4, as Bonilla will come to the plate to throw high, cut off by Walker, and moving to third is Hill. But what you'd like to do is send the opposition back to the clubhouse on a negative note, and here comes Tony La Russa.
Well, he's got to make the pitching change now, so we'll see James come in. It'll be the 2nd trip to the mound, and of course La Russa has to make a pitching change. So from the way the balls were hit after the walks, the double by Jerry Willard, which was a fly ball that was playable, I felt, although I'm not the one that has to go out there and try to catch the ball. But now the 3 base hits here by Phillips, Hill, and Bochy, well hit balls. So Neil Allen going his longest stint of this year, and his longest stint maybe since, I'd say probably 1983 in a ball game. 8 1/3 innings, 11 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks and a strikeout. So the pitching change is being made, and we'll be back right after this. pitcher in the ninth inning with a record of 2 wins, 4 losses, and a high earned run average, 6.46. This will be his 26th relief appearance of the year. He has 7 saves, working 30 2/3 innings. He's given up 10 walks, 17 home runs, and 17 strikeouts, and 6 home runs. He worked in last night's ball game, 1 inning, gave up a home run to Otoby McDowell of the Texas Rangers, did not figure in a decision. His last decision was Sunday in Toronto when he saved Richard Dotson's 6-4 win over the Toronto Blue Jays. He had no decision in that ball game last night. Well, Neil Allen on tape going into the dugout. He's just worn out. That's the longest he's pitched, I'm sure, Don, since 1983 with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Well, it is, and we talked about it before. He was a forgotten man in the month of April and came back in May, and he pitched a whale of a ball game here tonight. Here's Jose Canseco. 1 ball and no strikes to count.
Well, you talk about a situation of power against power. You got it right here with James Van Canseco.
Canseco 1 for 4 tonight. There's a strike and the count 1-1. Donnie Hill at third. Bhakti at first. Jammed him, sends a high fly ball left field. Tollison moving over and in foul territory. Makes the catch. Donnie Hill will tag and score. And it's a 9-5 ball game. So the 9th man to come to the plate in Dave Kingman. Outside, and the count 1-0. Ground ball to the hole. This ought to do it. Guillen to Cruz, and the ball game is over. So the A's in the 9th inning, they come back with 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and they leave a man. Final score in the first of the 4-game series. It's the White Sox breaking a three-game losing streak and defeat the Oakland A's by a score of 9-5. We'll be back.